Welcome to another one of my Elite Dangerous videos. In this one I'm going to show you how to um, get the stuff for the Guardian weapons. Now there's loads of other videos about how to do it, but and they all give different details, but what they all seem to miss is how to navigate around once you get on the base. It's very disconcerting, it's very difficult to get your bearings and things like that. So what I'm going to do is show you how to get around there and find the things you need to do. Now, this is the one on this planet Synuefe EU-Q C21-10. So C21-10, and I think it was planet number 3. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, planet A3. Oops, there it is there. So when you get within 1,000 light years, it comes up with your nav panel that there's alien structures. So just follow the navigation to the planet's surface. When you get there, you see this shape on the surface. Now, unfortunately, when you actually walk around there, you can't see that shape anymore. So if you've got a good memory and keep that in your head, it helps. But you'll see what I mean when you get down there. Right, first of all, the place to land. See the dot in the middle of my screen? I'm going to show you where, if I can do it. It's jiggling about a bit at the moment. There, in that space there. I think that's the only flat bit. I think there is one other place you could land, but that's the place. So let's go down there. It's really tricky to get your bearings once you've lost sight of the thing. Bit of gravity here, so just be mindful of that. Right. So we can see it on the radar. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the ground's not very flat, so it's also quite difficult to figure out which way you're pointing. Alright, there we are, we're down. So get the SRV out. And I wouldn't do this unless you've got some materials, that's phosphorus and sulfur I think it is, to replenish your ammo and your fuel on the SRV, because you probably want to do this a few times when you're here. So let's, whoops, where are we? Deploy it. So it's difficult for me to think and do at the same time. Right, the first thing to do is to find the main drag. If you've parked like I am, pointing in the same way, the base is over this side. I thought it was. Sorry, no, sorry, it's the other side. Go round your ship. It's this side. Right, so just head into all this structure and keep going. What we're looking for is the main drag. You'll see when we get there. So even if you get lost, you can go around a bit. This looks like it here. It's like a main road up and down the place. You could see it from the ship, but it looks different when you're on the ground. Right, so what you're looking for is like these bridges, and see those two pillars at the far end? So that's the far end, and then the near end is this thing here, like a pyramid with a bit taken out the middle, and it does have blue lights on it. So that's the thing we approach first. So just stand up there in front of it. Two pillars have come up. No sentinels at this point. Now, You have to stay there until they're right up and you see the blue light, otherwise I think they go back down again if they're only half up. So just take a step back. So we're looking for 6 of those pillars, so we got 2 of them. There's 2 of them on the same line as those 2. If you can imagine a line across the way through both of those, on the extreme right is one where the ship was, and the other one's on the extreme left, the other one's on the extreme right. So if I just come back a bit, so I want to turn right here. I think, right, see this one here with the blue on it? You can scan that. I have to do it from the turret. And that's a bit of a marker. The route through to the far corner, you can see it in the distance there, is from that, so that one there. So you want to go under that bridge, or you can go around the outside of it. Yeah. So it's almost like a separate bit away from the main one. Now, when you get over there, a sentinel will come, and you got to shoot him. So get 2 pips to systems, 4 to weapons. They can't do you much damage. Oh, another thing is, you want to make sure... There he comes. Let's deal with him first. You have to shoot him from the turret. Sometimes they try and hide behind things, as you'll see later. When you blow them up, there's just 5 missiles. I'll explain how they do that in a minute. So select any materials that they deposit before you put your turret away, because it's difficult to find them otherwise. Whoops, it's alright. The trouble is fighting them, you forget where you were if you're not careful. So if all goes wrong, go back to that main drag and start again from there. We've got no clocks working against us at the moment, so now that we've dealt with that sentinel, nobody will bother us here. So what was I going to say? Not dealing with sentinels. Can't remember now. Anyway, you can go under this bridge, and this pillar is right there in the middle. Can you see it just starting to smoke? And the blue bit is on the right hand side. You can just see it where my target is now. So when we come to deal with that one, we need to come in from that direction. So you can leave that one there. What I'm going to do, you can, once you've done it once, whoop, should be around the outside. Once you've done it once, you can raise them and scan them at the same time, because the clock's going to start ticking once you've scanned the first one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring them all up, deal with all the Guardians first. I start the Guardian Sentinels first, and then I'll deal with the clock timer thing. You'll see. So back to where your ship is, and behind your ship is another set of structures. See over there. This time we come in from here. Another Guardian Sentinel will come. So we're ready for him. This is why you need a lot of ammo, because you run out if you're not careful. Don't know when he comes exactly. So there's a thing in front of us there. There's the Sentinel. Those laser things, whatever they are, they knock you backwards. So sometimes it's a good idea to put your brake on. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to tell you. Right, see that charging up there? Once they've done that, they try and they fire missiles up in the air, and so when you bring your ship, you want to make sure that you've got at least 2-point defense. and then the point defence will deal with the missiles in most cases. If the missiles hit you, they don't do you a massive amount of damage, but they do knock you upside down. It's a pain in the backside because then you lose your bearings where you are as you roll down some hill. So I've been doing this for a bit, so I've got full inventory of a lot of this stuff. There's just one of them that I'm still after, I think. So now we head back to the main drag. Oop. There's another one of them things to scan there. I think there's about 4 of them altogether. You can find it. I'm just going to do it now because it's well, I found it. Because I do need these things. This gives you data. Alpha, beta, gamma and delta. Maybe even epsilon, I'm not too sure. What did I get? Doesn't say which one. So we've got to find that main drag again. So there's a lost my bearings now. Is that it there? No, it's here. Right, so if I just look back up here. Right, there's the first 2 we got. Now we've got one to the right on the same line as those, and one to the left on the same line. You know, my mouse keeps slipping, keep knocking it, and it's steering me. I think that's it. Oops, done it again. Right, so we know where those 4 are. The other one is right in the middle of this main drag. So if we go this direction, there it is, just that lump in front of us now. So just wait here till it's right up. That's it. And now we get the last one. So you run down the main drag. And then when you get to these pillars and things, there's another one of those blue things there on the right. So we just get that. I think it's 5 of those altogether. You can have 100 amps after. Right, so when you get past that thing, see just ahead of me there's like a little valley between these bits. Here it is here. So you go down there. I'm trying to figure all this out on a map is impossible because it doesn't look anything like it on the map. Right, then you want to follow the left side, round the left side of this stuff. And another sentinel's going to come when we get round this corner. So let's make sure we got our pips ready. There he is, he's there already. See what I mean about them hiding behind stuff? Sometimes you can just get them. They think they're hiding, but they're... Right, here he goes with his missiles. There we go.
Target destroyed.
I've got power cells. Right, so this thing is up here somewhere. There it is. Let's just keep coming around the corner until it comes up. So that's the last one now, so we can scan him. So we get in a position to scan it. You have to get in front of it. It's that one there. Oop. Gardian components. Yeah, like that. Right, so here we go. Right, what you have to do is target that blue thing just above it. And that starts the clock. And you need 4 pips to weapons. As soon as you see energy pylon charged, you're done there. So you can go on to the next one. got to find my way back out now. So just go around the outside anti-clockwise. You should come back to where you started. Yeah, I can see all the other stuff in the distance there. So that's the best one to start with, because you'll end up facing all the other ones then. You've got plenty of time anyway, so you don't have to worry. So we're heading in this direction somewhere. And when you get on the main drag, you should see, which one is it? Is it that one? Yeah, there you go. So now we can get this one. Yeah, if you've only got 3 pips to your weapons, it doesn't go all the way up. It's like fighting your back. There's no panic at all. You've got loads of time to do this. So we can do both of these two now. So I'm going to leave the one by my ship to the last, because at least it's got my ship as a marker to see where to get to it. So as I say, you must have 4 pips to weapons. I think I'm not too sure, but I think they get slower and slower. So you need more and more energy to energize them. And 3 pips doesn't give you enough. There's probably more efficient ways of doing this. Once you've done it once, you can figure it out for yourself, but this will get you started. So remember this one, we've got this jump. Oop. And then you go in through a bridge in there. And this is a bit horrible because the other bridge probably would have been better, because it's a bit bumpy here. I think we've done all right, so... It's probably better if you come in through that bridge, if you go all the way round. So now I can see where my ship is, so I know which direction I'm heading. So there's the 2 of them. Yeah, once you've done them, they make a beam into the sky. So it's even better to see where things are. So we get to here, go under this bridge here. No sentinels have come. We've dealt with those for now. There'll be another 2 later. Right, hang on, one other thing. Let me just do this first. While you're here, we need to get a relic. So that pillar thing behind, which only goes up when you get near, has got a relic at the top of it. So we need to get that for later. There it is. Oh, sorry, there's another Guardian Sentinel. I keep saying Guardians. Where's he hiding? I can see him on the radar. So we got our pips right. Looks like he's over by my ship. Oh yeah, this one hangs around your ship, so you shoot your ship if you're not careful. So I'm going to run into the open. There he is. He's behind that pyramid thing. Well, you don't have to be too careful because oh, there's a pillar just coming away. See? They usually just sit there, but they do like just cruise from side to side. They'll go behind a pillar or a bridge or something.
Target destroyed. Handbrake is on.
Sorry, where was that thing? So it's not easy to figure out which direction you're pointing. That was it. No, I got those anyway. Right, so did we? Was that? I forget now. We got. That was the last one. So when we did that one, it stopped the timer, and it told you that they're all charged. Right now, we've got plenty of time now. The timer's stopped. What you do, you got the relic. You drop it in front of that blue thing. I'll show you where. I'm not going to do it just yet, because those lights in the sky are quite useful landmarks now. You just park yourself on that blue blob in front of it shining up in the sky. But what you'll notice is that we've seen some of these obelisk things that you can scan. There's 5 of those, I think. 4 or 5. And then these various structures, if you look at the map, it shows you exactly where, have destructible panels. So there's one up there. So if you keep looking at your... I got those. There's one on the other side. Another one of those, which I don't need.
Handbrake is on.
So what you can do now, you get with all the time in the world, you can scout round these things. You get these leaning towers here. There's about 4 or 5 of them as well, with destructible panels. I'm out of ammo now, you see. So I've got to synthesize some. Synthesis.
Weapons rearmed.
What's that? Oh yeah, we need them. There'd be another, there's 3 panels on each of these. So I'll just mark here. Sometimes that panel's obliterated by this bit of the pillar here, but you could just shoot over the top of it. And they do that. I don't need those, luckily. Occasionally they get stuck, so you can try and jump up there. Yeah, there was one of them. Can't remember if I got that one or not. If you draw yourself a sketch, when you've done it, so using those 6 pillars as, just draw them as dots on the map, and then what you can do is draw in the right position relative to them where all these obelisks are, because you probably want to do this about 4 or 5 times to get all the stuff you need while you're here. Just take a step back, I might be able to get the other one. Yes. Power cell, I've got those anyway. got those. Right, there's one on that one there, I think, is there? No. There's one on the back of this bridge. This is the bridge right down the far end.
Handbrake is on.
So, I'm not going to bore you with all the rest while I'm here. I'm just going to finish these off. And what I'll do when I've done those, I'm going down the end to get the blueprint. So I'll see you down there. Okay, so I've done all my destructible panels and obelisks, and I've collected my one alien relic. Don't forget, you get the relics from those straight up towers. See the one right in the distance near my target? That type. So you only need one, but you could get two while you're at it. That saves you having to do it if you're going to have another round. Saves you having to do it next time. Yeah, those destructible panels, you keep an eye on your radar and you'll see something above your head, with a tail, like a line underneath it to show that it's above you. And so just select it and you'll see it's destructible panel, or you can look at your contacts list and you see their destructible panel, then target it and then try and figure out where it is. 9 times out of 10 it's on the back side of the thing, that place where you are, so you've got to go around to try and get it. It's a bit awkward. It's really frustrating and annoying that I guess some people like it. Anyway, so you come and stand on this thing, put your brake on. Now 2 more Sentinel's going to come. One's going to come up there, and I think the other one comes over there, but it tries to hide behind that pillar. So you have to jettison the relic, and then this thing does its routine. So get your turret ready. It's going to be up there. So you need to target it. When it's targetable, you'll see the grey square. There it is. So now you can target it and scan the data. I haven't got the pips right. That's it. Right, so here we go. These two might shoot you both at the same time. There we go, it's hiding. So now we can get the other one maybe. He normally comes up over there. Oh, it's behind me. So we're going to get shot from behind. Trouble is you can't see your radar. There he is over there. Hiding again. Let's deal with this one first then. See, the point defence of my ship shot down those missiles.
Target destroyed. Under attack.
So I can hide now. As you can see, I haven't lost any shield, so So that's it, that's the complete circuit now. So what you have to do now is go back to your ship and get on it, because if you just log out and log on, you end up somewhere where you don't know where you are. So for a nice easy point of reference, you can just get back on your ship and then you know where you are and just start doing exactly what you did last time again. So I don't know how long that took, about 20 minutes altogether. As you can see, it didn't take any damage. But when you try and log out, even though you're not in any danger, it makes you wait the 15 seconds. So just wait for the timer to tick out. That's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. The main idea was to just show you how to navigate around the place, how to find these things, because when I came, it must have took me an hour. I was just going this way and that way, looking at the maps, you know, like switching alt and tabbing between one and the other all the time. And no matter how many times I looked at the map, I couldn't figure out where I was. But once you've figured out where that main drag is, and you know that the two things at the one end, and there's one in the middle, and then one to the right at the far end, and one to the right and one to the left at the near ends. Now I'm just going to show you the map before I go. So we have Commander Jonas to thank for that. He's on Reddit. Leave him some rep there if you can. But there's his map, and let's get my mouse out again. You can, if you click on it, you see this. So here's the complete thing of where everything is. So these were that's the main thing at the front where we dropped the relic. So there's the two, one on the right, one on the left. So there's the one. We parked our ship there. So there's the one there. There's the sentinel that comes. There's this one here. There's the sentinel that comes. He hasn't shown all the sentinels. So then we come right down the main drag here. There was that obelisk we scanned, and there's the valley that we went through down here, and you follow the left hand side of this structure, and there's a thing round the back, and there was the sentinel we had to deal with. So once you sort of figure these things out, so that was the obelisk that marks where you turn right for this one. You can either go in front or behind that structure, so you can go sort of round there and this way. And there was the bridge that I went through, but you can come round here, and there's a bridge there. I don't know where that's it there, and then it's pointing straight at it. But if you go up that, you've got to come all the way up to there where the marker is before the obelisk comes up. So when we do this one, there was our ship. It was a bit easier. You just come in here through that bridge there, and you're straight up, and it's in front of you. So dead simple when you know it. But as I say, it took me an hour, frustrating, getting stuck in stupid structures and rocks and turning upside down and getting blown about by the sentinels and things before I knew about the point defense. So there's lots of things to make it easy for you. So this one here shows you all the distractable panels where they're all located. So you can check all those. That was the one right on the back of that bridge down the far end. I think these are the obelisks. I'm sure there was 5, so I don't know whether he's missed one. We had one there, one there, one there, one there. Just got a feeling there's another one somewhere, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you in another video.